for Space Opera Research presents P.I.S.O.R Scares 2020.
So, you must be going a little stir-crazy up at that motel with nothing to do.
Not at all. It's been wonderful. I never lived in the country before. I love it.
Oh.
You sound disappointed.
Oh, not at all. I'm real glad. I was just kind of hoping you might want to go see the new movie at the drive-in.
What is it?
It's a monster that challenged the world.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
It's party time!
Rock and roll will never die. At least not this Halloween.
I've heard of raising spirits from the dead by incantations, right?
Yes.
I did that by playing the record backwards.
And they is you. Sammy Kerr. He's a rock and roll nightmare.
I am a big fan of yours. I've got all your records. Shut up!
This message is meant for me.
Sammy Kerr. His fans won't let him die. He won't let them live.
You should be loyal to your hero. Make it turn on you.
Shut it off! Shut it off!
Trick or treat. Looks like we better check out the party punch. Starring Mark Price from Family Ties, with special guest appearances by Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons of Kiss.
It's like I've never really tasted ham before.
It's true. It just ain't possible to go back to regular smoked meats after you tried Vincent's. You can't beat the flavor.
No wonder you're famous. How come I never heard of you before?
Well, Farmer Vincent's meats are only distributed within a 100-mile radius. That way I can keep the quality high and the cost reasonable.
So how'd you get started?
Well, in the old days, we couldn't afford an icebox. So Granny used to smoke everything. Chickens, rabbits, squirrels, eels, even frogs. If it didn't move fast enough, Granny smoked it. Well, we had this old dog, see, and it used to bother Granny, barking through her naps and all that, so one day she asked me to shush it for her. I shushed it all right.
Yeah, he sure did. He smoked that old dog just like a hog.
That night, Vincent served it for dinner. And Granny liked it so much, she nearly ate the whole pooch herself. Oh, she was so grateful she taught Vincent all her smoking secrets.
She knew she was eating a dog?
Well, Granny never put any distinctions on any of God's creatures. She always used to say,
Meat's meat and man's gotta eat.
She sure loved that old doggy.
Oh, it wasn't so bad.
tried it?
Sure. It was kind of like goat meat, wasn't it, Vincent?
Yeah, a little more stringy.
Want to know why Vincent's food tastes so good?
Why?
What are you whispering?
He's telling me why the meat tastes so good.
It's because he mixes the pork with the...
Well, I'm gonna put your head on my wall just like I told you, baby. You can't talk no more, and can't eat no more hot dogs. I'm gonna put your head, I put it on my wall. Now, baby, don't you be afraid, cause you don't wanna eat none today. I'm gonna put your head on my wall, and then you can't eat no more hot dogs. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on, baby, don't you be late. I want your head, I want it tonight. Cut your head off at 8:30, and have it on my wall by 10:30. Yeah, come on, baby, I want that head. Come on, baby, I want that head. I want your head to hang on my wall tonight. Now, honey, don't you be afraid, cause I'm gonna cut your head off about 7:30. Just like I said, I'm gonna cut your head off. You can eat no more hot dogs.
Bone structure appears related to anatomy of ruminant mammals, constituting the genus Ovis bovidae, closely allied to Ovis aries. However, domestic sheep's wool appears to be growing only on lower portions of face and body. Weight, 47.6 pounds. Length, 51 inches. Response to injection of 1% aminosalicylic acid is atypical. Intravenous feeding continues. Respiration appears normal with still no apparent signs of physical activity. Body is immobile as if in a deep sleep.
By all rational theory, the embryo should be dead. I think the time has come to advance it to the examining table.
I hope Mr. Morgan's brain is as cooperative.
It will be, Charles.
What evil science was practiced in this laboratory of nightmares? Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead? What dread terror stalked the townspeople? The legend of Frankenstein once again brings terror and nightmare to the screen.
Stand!
Joseph Cotton is Baron Frankenstein, the scientist who dared to create a monster. Meet Lady Frankenstein. She's beautiful, she's evil, and she'll do anything for love. creates a new, more terrifying monster.
I am my father's daughter.
You are referring to animal transplants.
Human.
Only the monster she creates can satisfy her strange desires. No man can escape her web of terror. There has never been a movie like Lady Frankenstein.
Of mutilated bodies, transplanting human skin, eyes, limbs, even vital organs. Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain? Many scientists answer yes, but they pause and add a grim warning. For in the ancient folk legends, tales are told of blood-sucking vampires, crawling out of graves to live on the bodies of helpless victims. Is man now doomed to produce a race of ever-living monstrosities, worse than the vampires of legend? Will ruthless men and women of great wealth and power greedily buy or steal the living bodies of the young and beautiful, so their brains may live on forever? Such questions may seem fanciful, but at this very moment, scientists are working on the answer to brain transplantation, and human bodies are used.
It's hard to explain in words. I guess I like being alone in the mountains, close to the earth. When I had this vision, it seemed like the whole sky opened up, filling the barn with gold dust, and the sheep started moaning and spinning around my head. And I looked up, and the sky was on fire. Oh, it was beautiful. Like in the Bible. And then this little thing was born, screaming before my eyes, lit up so bright it blinded me to look at him. You must think I'm crazy, being a scientist and all.
No, I don't think you're crazy. I think something wonderful has happened.
You're a foul question. Toying with her, giving her nightmares.
Time to eat. I've made your favorite.
Oh, I'm not hungry.
Nonsense. I made it especially for you. You'll have to eat it.
No, thank you. Really, I'm not hungry at all.
Of course you are. You have to eat it.
Please, I don't feel very well.
Now here, try this. You'll feel just fine.
say goodbye. Well, hello. Let him go. Slow his march. Happy. Okay.
Why not?
Why is it so hot in here?
The air conditioning's on.
Emma, turn the air conditioning up.
It is up.
Baby. Take
someone you can hold tight. The rats are coming.
I can change myself at will.
They haven't eaten me up in there.
What are you talking about?
The rats. They haven't eaten since I got here from them. And I should think they would be very hungry by now. They eat almost everything. Listen to
The man-eating killer rats are back. More gruesome, more terrifying than ever before. But they are not alone. The werewolves are here too. Evil, depraved, blood-sucking werewolves that will scare the pants right off you. You must take her to see. The rats are coming. The werewolves are here.
Hip chicks are shaking in the knees.
Because there's a monster on the beach. The Beach Girls and the Monster. Starring John Hall, Sue Casey, and the glamorous Watusi dancing girls from Hollywood's famed Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub. Music by Frank Sinatra Jr. Chicks, do you have a problem? You won't have after you meet the monster on the beach. Beauties in bikinis, laughing, singing, surfing. Beach party lovers making hey-hey in the moonlight while the monster waits and watches. Yeah. This one will kill you. The Beach Girls and the Monster.
Umbasa tutti! Zombie!
seed of the curse.
I must take you into my confidence and warn you. There is a curse which says that all persons present at the opening of a pharaoh's coffin and who gaze at the face of the mummy therein shall die.
You have been warned. You, Terrence Morgan, beware. Your past may catch up with you. You, Ronald Howard, beware. Let the sleeping mummy lie. You, Fred Clark, beware. Let gold not be your god. And you, Jean Roland, beware the love of a handsome stranger. And all of you here now, beware. The terrifying story of a rampaging bandage and bone monster stalking those who defiled its tomb of terror.
Last night at the museum, they were searching for a trace of the thief who stole the mummy's bracelet from its case. And now tonight the mummy's curse is on his thieving head, for the mummy's come to life, awakened from the dead. Give me my bracelet back. The thief who stole the mummy's bracelet gave it to his love, and now tonight she wears it while the full moon's up above. But as she dances in his arms, a chill is in her veins. She seems to hear a ghostly voice echo this refrain. Give me my bracelet back. At last the dance is over, it's time to say goodnight. Her lover sees her to the door, she holds him very tight. She whispers, please don't leave me. Then upon the stairs, their blood runs cold because they see the mummy standing there. Give me my bracelet back. The mummy, he stretched out his hand to take the bracelet back, and where his fingers touched the flesh, it began to crack. Then right before her lover's eyes, she turned to stone. At least that's what they told him when they took him to the home. I got my bracelet back.
That's a very fetching outfit, but hardly suitable for a party.
I'm not going to the party.
This spend-the-night ghost party was your idea, remember? Since it's going to cost me $50,000, I want you to have fun.
The party was my idea until you invited all the guests. Why all these strangers? Why none of our friends?
Friends? Do we have any friends?
No, your jealousy took care of that.
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet pilot. They share one thing. They all need money. Now let's see if they're brave enough to earn it. The stuffed eggs are simplicity themselves to prepare. First, we hard boil 6 eggs. Choose the 6 eggs. If you have any doubts about their freshness, slip them into a bowl of water. A fresh egg will sink and a stale one will rise. Slip the eggs into boiling water and then lower the temperature and let the eggs simmer just under the boiling point for 30 minutes. Then rinse them in cold water, peel them, and then we can proceed. Now, split the eggs lengthwise and remove the yolks. I then mash the yolks with 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 teaspoon of mustard. When this is smooth, I mix in 4 tablespoons of finely chopped cooked ham, 1 tablespoon of minced gherkins, and 1 teaspoon of spiced salt. I then mound the filling into the whites and garnish them with paprika and little diamonds of ham, These look beautiful surrounding the mushrooms.
Got your egg?
The colors, as well as the flavors, provide an interesting set of contrasts.
You like your egg?
I like to serve a medium white wine with these. A Chenin Blanc is lovely, or a Fumé Blanc.
Cece, don't boil in.
I always chill it for several hours, and it fairly sparkles on the tongue with the appetizers.
You're lusting on it.
No, I'm not. It's very deep.
Cece? Cece?
There's a daisy growing out of my navel.
Cece, there is now a navel. Your navel is the same as it was when you were born. Nest your egg. Come on now. Put your egg down and let's leave.
I'm not gonna leave. I love this egg.
Cece, come on, booby.
All you people wonder which came first, the chicken, egg. Say, I am.
뱀파이어. 인류 과학으로도 증명할 수 없는 불가사의한 대사건. 뱀파이어. 숨겨진 의혹을 추적한 85 쇼킹 드라마. 뱀파이어. 76년 만에 해리의 성을 타고 온 뱀파이어. 그들은 무엇을 노리는가? 생명체를 노리는 뱀파이어의 작전. 뱀파이어. 3대 극장에서 모시겠습니다.
If the very thought of vampires makes your flesh creep.
We call them the undead, sir. They're vampires.
If you think all vampires are ugly creatures of the night, then you're in for a shattering surprise.
Turn now this fresh, warm blood into a body of thy making.
Welcome to the most exclusive finishing school in Europe, where the quest for knowledge continues long into the night.
You see, I have studied your magic. I know the black art, and I want only to know more and more.
Here, the masters are quick to recognize an outstanding pupil.
The portrait of Camilla Karnstein. Died 1710, 120 years ago. And do you know who the portrait was of, Mircalla? It was you.
Welcome to the finishing school, where they really do finish you.
I spent the whole of last night going through Giles's researches. And believe me, they are powerful evidence.
Evidence? Of what?
That you are a vampire.
You say that. And tell me you love me.
Prove to me that you're not. Love me.
Silently stealing, so concealing, two hearts suddenly feeling. Strange.
I only want to serve you. Please.
Welcome to Dracula's dungeon.
Guy, why did you bring me here? Let's go somewhere else, please.
Angie, Angelica, I've made reservations and I've made plans. Now let's not spoil this evening.
Please?
Come on, Angie.
Guy, but this place is so weird.
Let's not be childish, okay?
All right.
Evening, I have reservations, Guy Howard.
Guy Howard. Ah, yes. If the young lady would speak to the owl, ask speak grande.
The owl?
Yes.
Oh, that owl. Well, great owl, open the gates of darkness. Look, guys, look, by itself.
Coming soon to this theater, a ghastly, ghoulish, and totally incredible motion picture. The werewolf versus the vampire woman. This is Wandesa, queen of the vampires and Satan's favorite mistress. Werewolves and vampires will reign supreme, and things will happen that have never been seen by human beings. Your blood will boil and your flesh will crawl. No one can escape the vampires, and no one can run from the werewolves. If you can take it, see the most sensational fight to the finish ever filmed. See the werewolf versus the vampire woman.
Hello, everybody. My name is called Dracula. Welcome to my musical castle. Thank you. No one can escape from our castle. From Dracula! It's like nightmare. You'll never get away. I'll bite you. I'll bite you.
Phil, Val, God damn.
Oh, look.
Must be the...
Must be big.
His home must be upstairs. Wow. That has to be the Sasquatch. God damn, look at that thing. This has to be the home from the Sasquatch.
Well, I have a hunch that whoever or whatever made that print isn't far from here. So we'll take our cameras up to the top of the ridge there, set them up where won't see us. Johnny must be right. Look at these. This must be the camp of Sasquatch. So people, let's get up that hill and get set up.
A giant, hairy creature, part ape, part man. Indians call him Sasquatch. They believe he is as gentle as he is powerful and mysterious. He's been seen many times in the rugged mountains and deep woods of the Pacific Northwest. The encounters have not always been peaceful. In 1924, a small group of men were working a mine in a canyon near Mount St. Helens in Washington. One night, the miners took their weapons inside and bolted the door. They thought they were secure for the evening. Outside, something strange was happening. The cabin was under attack. Boulders rained on the roof, and someone, or something, was trying to break in. The miners later described their attackers as large, hairy apes. The siege lasted several hours. Escaped injury that night. The area now known as Ape Canyon is one of the many places in the Northwest where man continues his hunt for this elusive creature we call Bigfoot.
The beast is out there in the canyon. Our best guess is he's somewhere past Julia Bulette's grave on the road up Sugarloaf Mountain. Now, Dr. Clemens informs me that the cold night air may have temporarily interrupted his rampage. He may be in a state of exhaustion. If he is near the summit, as we think he is, we may have to dismount. That could be dangerous. Now, if we can encircle him at the top, there's a good chance we can bring him back alive. He's a most valuable prize, I assure you.
You all had your ropes and cables? As you encircle the animal, move closer until you have him tied securely. If you can hold him for a few seconds, I'll be able to inject him with a tranquilizer.
Move up with caution. Maintain your discipline. Good hunting, men.
Back in 29, this place was spanking new. And me and my wife, Martha, had a little baby girl so pretty and good we couldn't believe. And another kid on the way. But when Martha had this one, something went wrong. This thing she give me, something happened. He was so big. He came out sideways and almost tore poor Martha apart. He weighed 20 pounds and was hairy as a monkey. When he was 10 years old, he was big as I was. Accidents were happening all the time. Dogs falling in the well. I even found chickens with their heads bit off. Then in August of 39, I was in town getting supplies. And the whole damn house burned to the ground. My little baby girl was a cinder when I found her. But this monster kid wasn't even singed. I knew he'd done it. I hit him with a tire iron and I split his face wide open.
How bad was it?
I thought I'd killed him. I was afraid they'd come and take me away. So I took him out on the desert and I left him there. I figured if he wasn't dead, he couldn't live more than 2 hours out there in that heat. And then it would all be over with.
And you think his ghost is still trying to track you? That was a long time ago.
Long enough for him to steal a whore that nobody had missed. Long enough to raise a passel of wild kids. Long enough for a devil kid to grow up to be a devil man.
What the hell is this?
That's just some stuff that
can see him and hear him in this world every day. Satan is real, working with power. He can tempt you and lead you astray.
I attended service at a little church in the country not long ago. A prayer was led by an old country preacher who then raised his hands as everyone stood and sang, "My God is real." A warm breeze through the open windows brought in the smell of new-mown hay in a nearby field, and the singing of birds could be heard in the moment of silence as the preacher opened his Bible to read. And then a little old man stood up, bent with age, his hair thin and white, and said, "Preacher, tell them that Satan is real too. You can hear him in songs that give praise to idols and sinful things of this world. You can see him in the destruction of homes torn apart. I know that Satan is real, for once I had a happy home. I was loved and respected by my family. I was looked upon as a leader in my community. And then Satan came into my life. I grew selfish and unneighborly. My friends turned against me. And finally, my home was broken apart. My children took their paths into a world of sin. Yes, preacher, it's sweet to know that God is real, and to know that in him all things are possible. And we know that heaven is a real place where joys shall never end. But sinner friend, if you're here today, Satan is real too, and hell is a real place, a place of everlasting punishment.
Satan is real, working in spirit. You can see him and hear him in this world every day. Satan is real, working with power. He can tempt you and lead you astray.
Y nuestro poder es terrible. Danos la libertad y nada te haremos.
En Venus serán libres y felices.
Astronaut Stephen West was returning from outer space. But something terrible had happened.
The mind is so completely decomposed.
We've got to find him. Stephen West had turned into the Incredible Melting Man. The Incredible Melting Man is the first new horror creature. Come prepared. Rated R.
Black Sabbath. The bare truth about the unbelievable, such as the brilliant beauty of a priceless jewel that holds within the body of a buzzing fly, vengeful woman's murderous spirit. Only on the seventh night of the seventh full moon can the living see the lifeless undead.
I am hungry.
Is he man or vampire?
un chewing-gum?
Non, merci.
T'as bien dormi?
Ça. Oh, j'arrive dans 1 heure. Michel sera sur moi à la gare. J'ai une de ces envies de prendre une douche.
T'es vénarde. Quand je pense que je serais pas arrivée en Espagne avant cet après-midi. En tout cas, dès que j'arrive, je file me baigner. Ça s'appelle comment, ton village?
Robles. Oh, tu sais, en fait, c'est pas un village, c'est plutôt une expédition.
Tu rentres quand à Paris?
Tu sais peut-être que j'en ferai.
Tu ne peux pas passer toute ta vie dans la montagne, quand même.
Allez, viens.
T'as vu qu'il y a personne dans les compartiments?
Ouais, c'est... C'est facile.
Il n'y a que nous pour partir en vacances au mois d'octobre.
C'est pas go.
Heureusement qu'on est toutes les deux, sinon qu'est-ce que j'aurais eu? Quel temps super!
Tant mieux parce que je veux bientôt descendre.
Et tu m'écriras?
Si, je ton adresse.
must away, and you must come to
Be prepared for a fantastic adventure into the future. A monstrous world of terror and chaos. For when this switch is thrown, the universe will face havoc. The Earth will be devastated by an invasion of the cosmic monsters. But what of the human element? Can man withstand the incredible force of this uncontrollable holocaust from outer space? It was all up to the scientist and his beautiful assistant. Could they stop this terror, or would they too be swept up by these incredible cosmic monsters from the unknown? For king-size thrills and breathtaking suspense, see this charge of science fiction dynamite, an explosion of terror you will never forget.
Dr. Milk. What is it? What is it?
What are you doing in here?
We can't take it out there anymore. We'll have to drop the idea. Got it in the greenhouse for the outside.
It's blowing so hard you can't see ahead in front of your face.
Besides, it didn't go through any wall as easy as the door.
How could it get through corrugated iron walls?
Use a can opener.
Tell the others we're dropping the outside guard.
Put that hand of yours in some ice water and rub it.
Who's on in the corridor?
Stone and Wilson, sir.
All right. Tell them they're the only ones on guard now. Tell them to watch it. Pegs.
Here I am.
You won't be there long. We're dropping the outside guards. You better come up here and join the rest of them in the mess hall.
I'll be all right. I got the door braced good and there's no outside window.
All right, if you want to be brave. Well,
What are we going to do?
Anybody around here want some coffee?
no, but you can come in.
It's the only reason I brought it. I was hoping you might ask me in. Who wants something?
I could use a hat. What were you saying, Scotty?
I was just wondering if that's not things. What happens if our boyfriend gets lonely and starts strolling around? Ends up in here. What do we do?
I've been trying to figure that, too. Nothing seems to hurt us.
$64 question. What do you do with a vegetable?
Boil it.
What'd you say?
Boil it, stew it, bake it, fry it.
Hey, that makes sense.
Cold doesn't bother it.
Maybe Dr. Carrington will ask it to crawl into a double boiler. Or maybe you could borrow a flamethrower from somebody.
Captain, I got a crazy idea. We got lots of kerosene and we could... Point 3, point 4.
Before we start cooking.
Point 5, point 6.
Watch it, everybody. That thing's out of the greenhouse. Be sure and stay together.
Point 9. Captain, what about throwing kerosene on it and setting it on fire?
We can try. Get that.
Here's a boat can.
I'll take it, sir. We'll need something to put it in.
Here's the pail.
Good. Here's another.
1.2.
We need one more.
Hey, Pat, this ought to work all right.
Good.
Watch that cigarette, Lieutenant.
Do 1.2.
How are we going to set it on fire? Rub 2 sticks together?
There's a very pistol in my bag.
I'll get it. If it comes in, you wet it down. And you, Matt, touch it off. And don't miss. You two be ready in case it needs more.
I think you're right, Captain.
Oh, sure.
1.3 now.
You know how to shoot that thing, don't you?
I saw Gary Cooper and Sergeant York.
1.4.
Come here. Get in the corner. Now hold this in front of you. Stay by the light switch.
1.5, 1.6, 7.
What was that?
Sounds like a window. 1.8.
Come up those lights.
1.9. The needles hit the top.
Out of the polluted waters it came, to become the most fearful menace that ever threatened mankind. Feeding, growing ever more deadly on smog, only one force dared stand up to its overpowering evil.
Godzilla!
Godzilla versus the smog monster. Will Godzilla, man's friend, be vanquished?
More than 1,600 dead have been reported, while other casualties are expected to exceed 30,000.
The main storage tank of the Japan Oil Company has exploded.
Nothing man can do can stop the smog monster. Can Godzilla save the Earth from this mastodon of destruction?
It sure was a good story, Mr. Old Lantern.
How did you learn to tell scary stories?
Well, one day I had a donut, and suddenly my mouth could talk.
A donut?
That's right.